This video is a step-by-step guide to downloading, running and making your first program in code blocks. Now, we've been using for C++ the REPL.it website, and that's great for starting off, but quickly as we start to move on, it becomes a little bit cumbersome and we need a more advanced tool. So to get code blocks, I'm just going to Google for code blocks. Other search engines are obviously available, and we get the code block search result here and click on downloads. Now what we want to do is download the binary release. So just so that you know, the source code is the code like you write in C++. The binary is a program in which you can run, and we can turn it from source code into binary using a compiler. But we're going to just download the binary release. There we are. And you'll see that it's got different platforms here. So you've got Windows, Linux, if anybody uses Linux, I'll leave it up to you, and macOS here. So what we're going to have a look at is doing this for Windows, as that will cover most people. There are other things available for macOS if you want. And the one that we want is this one here, Mingw Setup. That's the easiest thing. So you click on sourceforge.net like this, and it will take us straight there, and it will download, and you'll see down here, downloading will start, and it will start to download. It's an 80 megabyte download, so please make sure that you are doing this over your home broadband. If you're doing it on a laptop, don't do it over any kind of mobile data. Right, now we've left that to download. We can of course see the copy that I've already downloaded. When you run up code blocks, it will look like this. So what we need to do now is to make our first project. So you can either click here, or in the file menu you can click to create a new project. So new project, and we're going to just have an empty project. That's the easiest way to start, and go. And what it will ask us is, it will ask us for a project title. So we're going to call this Hello World. And it will ask us where to create it. I've already created a C++ program folder on my computer. You can put this in your documents or anywhere else. But you will have to fill this out as to where you want to save the project before you start. And then we click on Next, leave all of these options just as they are, and finish. And here you've created a project. Now inside your project, you're going to have to create a new C++ file. When you start making bigger projects, what you'll see is that C++ will use lots of different files. So you'll have different commands in different files. But for the moment, we're going to create a C++ source file like that. So I just select File and New, and that's what we got. Go. And next, and it's going to be C++, and I'm going to call this main because it's my main program, and tick both of these boxes here. We will go into build targets and things more later on in the course. Oh, file name with full path. Okay, so if I click here, and then can you see it's got my C++ thing, and I'm going to call it main.cpp like that, and save. And you see it's got the whole thing in here. It's very important you have the CPP for C++ extension on it, and finish. Here we've got our coding interface now, and we can just very quickly run with this and type our first program. So hash include iostream using namespace std. So it's just the same as we did in REPL.it. and then I'm going to put in the main function like this, and you can see again it puts in brackets for me, and I am going to type in here cout hello world handle, like that. So that's my program, and if I want to run it, first of all I can use this build button to build it, so that turns it into an actual program, or I can just click on the run button and it will build it first. So I'm going to build it, and you can see down here it's got some messages telling me that it's built that program into a .exe file called helloworld.exe. Now that I've built it, I can run it. And what you see is it says hello world, and then it says press any key to continue. Now, if I actually, just to prove that this is actually making a genuine program, because on repl.it we haven't seen this part of the process, if I actually go into my C++ folder and hello world, then what we'll see is we've got a bin directory. Debug, and there's my program hello world, and if I run it, you can see it just very quickly runs. The reason why it's not staying up is because I'm not running it from inside code blocks. If I declare a variable at the top, just call it anything for now, and then down the bottom I put in cin take an input like that, and then I build it, then my hello world program here will have been replaced, and you see it's now waiting for an input. So that is how to set up code blocks on a Windows computer and run your first program. Everybody needs to be doing this at home, because we're going to get this working in the classroom as well, and it will enable us to build bigger and more interesting programs. I hope you enjoyed that. Give it a go, and if you need extra instructions for Mac, then please do let me know.